Hello, everybody. My name is Kashi, and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So, last time we had a lot go on. After speaking with Miss Penny, we decided to go speak with Miss Oldbag, who more or less was like, I still hate your guts, but you have proof that Jack Hammer basically roofied Will Powers, so I guess my God can do some wrong. So she gave us a photograph where we learned that he accidentally caused a death, quote unquote, accidentally. So with this picture, we went to Miss Dees Vasquez again and was like, yo, you done talking about clouds? Because I got this picture. To which she was very much like, okay, get in the trailer, we'll talk there. We also found out that she's connected to the mafia, but not really that shocked by that. While we were in the trailer, she demanded that we give it to her, and we were like, no. And that was precisely after she was like, by the way, it wasn't an accident, it was murder. And we were just going, okay, do you have any proof? And again, she basically was like, no, give me the photo. So, of course, we said no. And she decided to get her boys, who I named Carl, Lenny, Mo, and Billy Bob. I still can't believe I remembered all those names. So she was basically like, okay, well, I'm going to erase you. Which, by God, after the year we had last year, I'm so ready to get erased. I mean, what? But fortunately, our dear sweet himbo, Detective Gumshoe, came along and saved our bacon. So now, we are on the last day of court. This is our last chance to prove that Will Powers did not kill Jack Hammer. Let's get in, shall we? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement?
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today, but
Ramble.
You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation?
D. Vasquez, I am a producer for Global Studios.
On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2?
As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here.
Where the fuck are they finding these people?
Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Make them make more episodes. Sweetheart, I am trying. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Um, Phoenix, my dude, who the fuck says they'll catch someone with their pants down? Like, is that actually a saying people say? Because I've never heard that before, and it just sounds very, well, very strange. All right, let's get into it. Also, she's allowed to smoke in court? I entered the trailer, little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, and we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, when we all went to Studio 1. If that's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, but with that monkey's head toppling over. All right. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. I still think it was such bullshit how we were like, oh, but somebody there could have done it, and we lost grandpa points. But then now we're proving it. So either our oh shit meter refilled or we got those points back. Okay, we're gonna press and poke everything. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in at the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Right. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that.
The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. If she won't talk to me, she shouldn't talk to you. Me. Stop interrupting the testimony.
The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. All right. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No.
The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5.
Thanks, Edgeworth.
Shut up. I would think it was between those times.
You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Okay. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? Yeah, I know we're basically just regurgitating everything, but you know what? Leave me alone, okay? We gotta be thorough. It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, right. Like, I don't want to be annoying and keep pressing everything, but it's like, I just gotta. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me.
Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops.
It was a 15-minute break. Alright, pointing out the obvious. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal? No, I mean someone else? One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. Phoenix, my dude, she had 4 people come after us that were going to erase us. Are you telling me she couldn't have made them go and do it? If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? I kind of wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said. Somewhere. Alright. I'm sorry, guys. I went around in circles for maybe a good half hour trying to present everything. So I had to ask somebody for a little bit of a hint. And they said to present the plate. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind.
Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak?
Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yeah, there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? Unless they were a freak. I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then, what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous?
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright?
Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. You don't speak for me, Phoenix. That lady's clearly gonna win. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that metal weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Oh, don't play the girly card. I think you could. It's not impossible.
Well, maybe it's not impossible, but
Silence. I'm speaking.
mm,
The victim was stabbed through the chest from the front? Yes. I believe this would indicate that the victim was aware of the killer's presence. Now, the steel samurai costume is quite light and mobile. Compared to the victim, I am weaker and slower. I couldn't possibly win such a fight. Not to mention, there is proof I did not have the spear. The photograph of the steel samurai shows that the victim himself was holding it. Or do you mean to suggest that I could have wrested away from him?
yeah, take that, right?
I mean, you have access to boys.
If you still think she did it, show us proof.
Um, er, hey Nick, look at the data we have on that samurai spear in the court record. Isn't there something in there that gets to you? Something odd about the samurai spear? Wait! Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Sorry, Your Honor. I'd like to take back my previous claim. Very well, I won't hold you to your claim. But I'm afraid I will have to penalize. No! I don't want to lose more grandpa points. I was doing so good. Ugh.
What's this? You're taking back your claim?
Let's backtrack for a moment, shall we? I want to consider whether the witness could have used the samurai spear or not. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? Oh, yeah, the fence. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Look at this. Wait, what? No, but I did good job. Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. Okay, so it wasn't the picture showing. Uh, wasn't that? Is it the fact that it's broken with duct tape? I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon.
But that is the murder weapon.
Not so fast, husband number 3. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how's it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're.
Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell, what was? How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I'm gonna go with the fence. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? Yes. I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Okay. I think it's this. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at top of the stairs. Ramble, 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 ramble. Shut up. Order. Order. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. It's old AF. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios.
What does this have to do with the current case?
Mr. Edgeworth, shut the fuck up and let me finish. You still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest?
What? Are you saying?
Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Happened again. Has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say.
In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago.
See, Edgeworth, you're catching up. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trial, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer, all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body?
The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way. Her boys. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. The van. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Ramble, 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 ramble. Recall your testimony. There was rehearsal afterwards. I already knew that. She was tired. So she was tired because she dragged the body. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume.
Hold on, right. Don't forget it was Salmonella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator?
Say yes because he's whipped. Of course, Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Rat. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? Just the dot. Hello, kitty. Um, so what happens next? Kitty, I need you to not stand on my keyboard, please. Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that? Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez? So just so that my two brain cells understand what's going on. So it was you. You killed Jack Hammer. Who can say? Uh-huh. Are you sure I did, Mr. Rat? We just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof.
Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? All right, everybody. I hate to do this. This is just getting a little too long. I really, really wanted to wrap this up today, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it here, which means you guys have to watch another cringe-filled episode. So I hope you guys are excited for it as I am. And as always, keep it salty, keep it real, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.